Hey there, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. And if you are new here, my name is Carmela, and I am the owner slash sole operator of a small online store called The Lily Creative Co. The Lily Creative Co. sells things like drinkware, t-shirts, as well as accessories like bookmarks and keychains. So in this video, I'm gonna keep it super short and pretty much just hop into things. I got a special gift from a company. This is not a sponsored video, but I did receive an item from a company and we're gonna unbox that today and test it out. It's something I've never used before. I don't have any experience whatsoever with this type of machine, so I'm super excited, if you can't tell, to try it out. So yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna hop right into it. So I got everything out of the box here, and I don't know why it didn't occur to me that I would actually have to put this together and read instructions, which honestly is not my favorite thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this together and then see what we can make really quick. So I finally got her, ooh, did my voice just crack? So I finally got her all put together. I'm gonna open this lid. So this part is the laser, and this is kind of the bracket that will move it back and forth. You can see the fan is back there going, even though I don't have the exhaust hose connected to the fan, because it did come with a hose for me to put out the window or whatever, but y'all, it's 90 degrees outside. I'm not about to open my window. So that does kind of present an issue for this machine, not the machine itself, but just for me in life, because it is July in the South right now. So I will maybe consider using this in the garage or something like that. But it does come with a safety key as well that I thought was pretty cool, and also a safety shut-off knob. It does have these little cables here that I'm supposed to connect to something in order for this to work as an emergency shut-off switch. So how it's supposed to work is, let's say the laser is going right now with these cables connected. When I open it, the laser is supposed to automatically shut off, but it doesn't really say what I'm supposed to connect them to. I looked all around in this area. Oh wait, I see it. Actually, it's underneath there. Let me see if I can pull it out. Oh no, I think I just accidentally shoved it back in. Yeah, some of this stuff too, also, it's how am I supposed to get to that? I'll be right back. So while I was sitting here basically talking about it, I did end up seeing that the cable you're supposed to connect this to was underneath here. Honestly, if I was not recording this video and saw it through the viewfinder, I probably never would have figured that out, to be honest. And it's the same way on the other side. You can see it right there. So yeah, if you end up getting one of these, that is something good to know. Also, something that kind of was throwing me off is let's say, for example, Also, I generally don't read instructions like in life, so maybe I'm just not used to them. But like this silver piece here, it wasn't clear on like which side of the plexiglass you were supposed to put it on. And again, this is not a slight to the company or anything. It's more so like, hey, if you do choose to get one of these, this is just an FYI because I struggled with this. So yeah, I was also unsure which side of the hinges I was supposed to use, but I did find a picture that showed it this way. So you have the handle and then it opens at the hinges, which I think is super freaking cute. I love that it came with this box in general, just to kind of keep all the dust and like debris in. And also, since I have pets, it will also keep, you know, their hair and stuff like that out. So I really do love that it came with a case. Not all of them do. They do have an option where you can just sort of buy this frame, I guess, not this orange part, like that silver part inside this part. They do have, you can buy just that, and with the laser, of course. I don't think it comes with a bottom either. I did see on their website they do have the option to buy a rotary attachment, and you guys know, if you've seen my videos before or if this is your first time seeing me, since I haven't shown any of my products in this video for once, I do sell cups and tumblers and whatnot, so the rotary attachment is very appealing to me, and I want to look into cutting glass or like etching the glass, because I think it would be really cool and unique to be able to etch designs into the glass tumblers I have. It will also depend on how long that takes, like if that is like a viable idea for, you know, production purposes or whatever. I'm excited to try this out, a little bit nervous because I've never, you know, let me not say I've never done anything like this, because a Cricut is very similar to this. It just has a blade instead of a laser, but just because it's something new, I am a little bit nervous, but also very excited just because I know how this could potentially change my business. I also looked up some ideas for like things that you can make with lasers. I saw like the neon signs, like with the neon light, like custom, like with your name or your business name or whatever. I did see that you can make those with laser engravers, so I think that would be pretty cool. I saw like kind of like a desktop version, similar to how like maybe someone will have a nameplate on their desk, but it was a little neon sign. It was so freaking cute. So that is definitely something kind of like in the back of my mind. I also plan to use this for keychains as well. So yeah, I'm excited. I tried connecting it to my iPad, but it didn't work for who knows why. So I am going to try connecting it to my laptop via this, it has a USB port. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, so this is like a printer port, which is fine because I definitely have that cable. I thought it was a USB somewhere, but I guess not. So that is something to keep in mind as well. If you do end up needing to like hardwire your machine, I'm pretty sure this is the printer cable, like opening the type B or whatever. And then I'll have USB on the other end and you connect that to your computer. So yeah, I think she's beautiful. I will say I have no idea where I'm gonna store this. That is a problem for Carmela on another day. I don't know. I did also want to mention really quickly that it does have 2 separate power sources, and I feel like that's probably for like safety and emergency purposes. So it has this little switch for the light and the fan, which I think is kind of cute. I don't know why, but I do. And then we have this other sort of like standard, I think like DC box or whatever. This is the emergency turn off. And then also, like I said, it has this safety key, which I think is cool. And then we have our little Wi-Fi antenna. That's so cute. And yeah, the laser. Yeah, I have to go eat something really quick because I actually don't think I've eaten all day and it's almost 3 o'clock. All I've had is coffee. So hopefully we'll be back after I eat, because it's very possible I will crash. But yeah, I just wanted to finish putting it together. Also, they do on their YouTube channel, they do have a couple videos of like putting it together that might have been helpful to watch before I started putting it together, but you will not make the mistakes I made. You will benefit. You will benefit from my experience. That's why I'm here. So yeah, they do have some videos on their YouTube, not super detailed, but kind of enough to give you a general idea. And yeah, that cable is down in there. So this is actually my very first attempt with the laser. As you can see, it didn't quite go as deep for the outline portion of the design, but that is perfectly fine with me considering, like I said, this is literally my very first attempt. I'm not sure if I had the settings correct or anything like that. I'm not even sure if I selected the right kind of wood when I ran the test, because there are different kinds of wood options in the app, and this is literally just the wood that the engraver came with. So I'm not sure what kind of wood it is exactly, but either way, I think this is very cool, a promising start. Pretty cool. I definitely want to try this on some acrylic keychains. We might try that next. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I genuinely never thought that I would get a laser engraver just because they are very costly, but this one is very, very cool. I'm super excited about it. I already plan, I can't remember if I said it already, but I'm already planning to get the rotary attachment so I can engrave cups and whatnot. I think that would be very cool, very unique to my business. So yeah, lots of potential here. So let's try some other stuff. I did want to add as well, I'm not sure if this is something that is common for laser engravers, but I don't know if you can see here, but this machine does require a micro SD card. I think it has something to do with like communicating the instructions basically to the laser. It needs somewhere to download them, which wasn't a problem for me since I am a content creator. I have pretty much every kind of like memory card, SD card you could probably think of. But if I didn't have one already, I could definitely see that being kind of a bummer. And like you might have to run out and get one or order one before you're able to, you know, test it out and like try your first project. So that's something definitely to take note of. Also, I did see an update on their forum. There is not a way to control this machine with the Loklik app or, you know, program that the brand makes on desktop or a laptop or something like that. Right now, it only works with like an iPad, a phone, or something like that, which is fine with me. But at the same time, I like to work off of my laptop. So I will definitely be on the lookout for the update so that I can use the program on my laptop. Editing Carmela here. I actually was incorrect. The machine does come with an SD card, or I think it's a mini SD, and it's actually in this little packet, but it didn't have a label on it, so I wasn't exactly sure what it was. So the SD card is actually in this little black thing. It's in this top part here. Put a little mini SD. And then, oh, I think I put that in there backwards. Yeah. And it also has a USB port, so you can plug it into your laptop. So it actually does come with a card, which is really thoughtful because some companies definitely would not give one. I know that I also mentioned that you cannot connect the engraver to your laptop and control it that way with the Loklik app, but on this mini SD card, they actually give free trials of, I believe it's 2 different laser engraver programs that also work with the iEngraver. So I thought that was actually kind of nice of the company and sort of thoughtful. Now I will admit I did check out one of the apps and it went a little over my head, I'm not gonna lie. So I just used the Loklik app on my phone. It was super easy, super simple to use. But for those that are more advanced, and maybe I'll like dabble with it a little bit, they do offer free trials of the other programs, like I said. So yeah, 2 corrections. It actually does come with a mini SD, and it does come with free trials to programs that you can use on your laptop if you prefer to work on your laptop like I do. Okay, back to the video. So this is the finished result of the test on a keychain. Obviously the positioning needs to be adjusted, so that's going to be something that I will be working on, but I am pretty stoked about this. I like that it will give me some versatility in my business since I don't have like the quote unquote proper supplies at the moment. I just filled in the engraving with some paint that I already had, and it actually stayed pretty well. There is a little bit of wonkiness going on the E, I think, but other than that, I think it looks great. Of course, I chose a Leo because if you are new here, I am a Leo and it is going to be Leo season. So of course I had to make this. And yeah, I'm just super excited about playing with it and incorporating it into some projects and products in my business. If you have a laser printer, feel free to drop any advice or resources in the comments. This is literally my first time using this or using a laser engraver, like period. I think the closest I've come to using a laser engraver is my Cricut. So this was very, very cool. And it was very cool to watch the laser, even though I felt like I should not be looking directly at it. But I had the cover down, so hopefully my eyes are protected. Of course, I will have links to everything in the description box. This video is not sponsored at all whatsoever. Everything I said and thought in this video is my own thoughts that were not paid for at all. And that's also why I tried to incorporate some little tips and hints and whatnot. And like maybe some of the stuff was more common sense and I just don't have common sense, or I don't know what. But some of the stuff like these cables over here and whatnot, I definitely wanted to include that just in case anyone in the future comes across the same problem. Also the fact that the machine needs an SD card, like stuff like that. But yeah, I'm like so excited to play around with this and test it out on more stuff, and I'm sure you guys will be seeing this again. If you like this video, be sure to like this video and subscribe if you are interested in more small business content. I feel like this is not my usual style of video, but I have some new circumstances in my life that I'm going to tell you guys about in my next video. So that's why things are set up a little bit differently and the environment is a little bit different. If you are a returning subscriber, you may have noticed. So I'll talk about that in my next video, but in this video, I just wanted to talk about the laser printer. So yeah, if you made it all the way to this point, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye.